Hello, my loves. How are you? Many blessings. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Nela Maat, and welcome to Rose Serpent Oracle. Today, my loves, we are going to be channeling messages from our most beloved and venerated ancient ancestors. Yes, those who have ascended into higher levels of unity, of awareness, consciousness. All right. Okay, you guys. So before we start, we're just going to clear the energies. Taking a moment, taking a deep breath in, cleansing and clearing our energy and opening the channels of our intuition to receiving information. May you meet messages with love and openness. All right, you guys, how are you? Thank you so much for being here. So, there's something I want to talk to you guys about, and it's about the planet Mars. The planet Mars, the planet of driving forces, the planet of survival instinct, of handling anger and conflict, okay? How we respond to challenges is about how our daily habits, how we use our energy. It's about how we take action, right? And from what energy are we taking action? And so the planet Mars already moved into Gemini, which means that we are all experiencing this. Every single living being is going through, experiencing this energy. And now we are all authentic, right? You got your own chemistry, right? Because the zodiac signs bring chemistry. All right. So what I'm saying is that you have your own way of processing information, your own way of communicating, your own way of taking action. You got your own way of expressing who you are. All right. And so with this planet being in Gemini, it's very important to pay attention to how are you going about things in your life. Okay, we add or sprinkle to this energy that Mercury is retrograde. So when Mercury is going retrograde, it's not that you have to like completely pause and become passive. It's not about that. It's about reevaluation, and this is why I'm bringing this. This is a time to go slow and steady, to reevaluate, because Mars can also bring a lot of impulsiveness, right? Mars and Gemini can be triggering a lot of your perceptions and your perspectives, okay? And challenging the way you used to maneuver your life and daily habits, okay? And so be mindful of that. That's what I wanted to say, okay? So here it is. We have the Princess of Swords, right? The element of Swords representing our mind. We have the Tower. This is Mars. This is Uranus. Womb, divine intervention. This is an awakening, another awakening. And now when we're saying awakening, what did that really conveys, right? Because let's just be honest, with the spiritual boom, words are no longer holding meaning. It's just becoming a trend, just words that you use now, and is what does that means. So when I'm saying there's another awakening, I want to clarify that this is because you're going to experience challenges, revelations, and the breakdown of an old habit and old behavior, and you having the capacity to see it for what it is. So this is about breaking down illusions and realizing what is no longer sustainable, how you're sustaining your life. And so the foundations, right, of your mind, of your emotions that are weak, that are not sustainable, that are keeping you building things that are temporary, or because they're lacking truth, because they're lacking the correct or proper perception, are going to crumble. So there's a lot right now about reevaluation, realigning. Mars and Gemini brings conflict, challenges. It's going to put pressure, right? In order for you to process what has been suppressed and what is blocking you from truly seeing things clearly. And this is why you see the energy here. Is this person with green, that's the heart, with the sword of truth, is going and cutting through illusions. With the yellow, that's the willpower, right? Moving through the clouds that are dark, okay, where there is corruption, where there is lack of clarity, where there is heaviness, density, okay? Then we have the devil in reverse, which is great, which means that within our unconscious mind, we are working with this devil. So this tower brings destruction and challenges to the devil within ourselves and within the collective of humanity, right? And this Prince of Swords is the energy of, after the tower, here comes the clearing down of what this devil has been feeding with. Call it beliefs, habit, distortions, twisted narratives, traditions, perceptions, perspectives, just illusions, right? Because the devil represents the illusions of this world and our own illusions, okay? So here comes Temperance. Oof, yeah, Temperance for sure. Every time I see Temperance, I know what that feels like. We have this Mars and Aries, reverse. And we have the Six of Discs with success, right? So what's happening right now is that we are facing situations, we are facing feelings, emotions, we're facing thoughts, things surfacing in our lives because we're meant to be facing this devil, like I said. Temperance brings the chemistry, is the healing of the masculine and the feminine. Through the heart, once again, why are those two people wearing green? This person is green and blue because it's creativity too. So it's cooking, right? It's cooking, fire and water. I'm saying cooking, but it's about the chemistry. So anything that is distorted must be brought into calcination. And this guy is the aspect of Mercury that's clearing. The tower with Mars and Aries. What is it that you're telling yourself? What are your perspectives, your beliefs, your perceptions, your ways of seeing things that instead of empowering you so that you can move towards problem solving, choosing how you act in a conscious way when conflict arises, being okay with conflict, how, what is affecting you and what is disempowering you, but also what is distorted. Because with this devil, right, sometimes we are not seeing things for what they are. We're not seeing people. We're not reading situations for what they are because we still are clouded within ourselves, within our own perceptions, the way we analyze things, the narratives, right? This can be the energy of assumptions. This can be the energy of defensiveness. This can be the energy of I am projecting onto others my own beliefs, my own distortions, my own inner conflicts, right? And so the Tower is coming in to trigger the masculine in order to help him heal with Temperance. This is about healing, masculine and feminine. So the feminine is like, we need to reevaluate things. We need to feel things. What's happening within our unconscious body? How are we feeding this devil? Through fear, illusions, distortions, like I said, right? Why? Because we have the Six of Discs, and this is about manifesting harmony and balance within different areas of our lives. But this is the Moon and Taurus, sorry. Moon and Taurus is super creative, super expressive. It's all about beauty, putting things together, slow and steady, attention to details, right? This is a moon that desires to have their life very nice and aligned, and it's never about perfection. But this person is empowered, their emotions are grounded, and they know what they are feeding, right? Meaning, what is it that they are pursuing, and for what energy. Taurus is going to be Venus. It's long term. It desires to create something long term and beautiful. However, right, this Mars and Aries being reversed with this Tower is going to bring situations, like I said, that are going to highlight our devil, the devil within us, the devil that we keep feeding, like I said, with, our ways of thinking, seeing. And this is why Mars is in Gemini, because Gemini represents our communication. Gemini is, I think, Gemini represents siblings, neighbors, how we deal with our family, how we deal with our siblings, right? It's about our interests, the things we are interested in learning, how you take action, right? How you learn that. It's about your early education too. And so some of you are going to be challenge when it comes to learning new things. And if you have a trigger about your communication, if you are holding on to stories that you're too old for something, that you're lacking in one way, if you have rigidity and resisting to learn about new things, you are only keeping yourself away from success, because the journey of spiritual awakening, the journey of being called, is a calling into evolution and healing. It's about improving. It's about long term. Okay? And so with this energy of Mars coming into Mars and Gemini, coming into Gemini energy, right? You have to ask yourself, how are you feeding your life? How do you take action? You need to be very clear. Am I seeking instant gratification? Am I seeking to build something that is long term? What is it that I truly desire? Gemini is gonna also say you must integrate your shadow. You need to know your shadow, meaning your insecurities. What are you sensitive to? Your fears. What are the stories you tell yourself that keep you bounded to the devil? Attached to illusions? What is keeping you stuck in a, for example, relationship that you already know that is not going anywhere? Why will a person stay in a relationship like that? Let's sit with that. If it's not because they have beliefs, and they're believing beliefs to be true, and there are fears. So those beliefs, the devil, are feeding the fears, the devil. And now we go into what? The justification of why we're staying. Oh, are we holding on to traditions? Are we holding on to the fears? What are we holding on to? And this is the energy that is present. Okay? All right. I know that what I offer to you guys is very different, but this is about the real work. And nobody can remove this from your life. If you're meeting people who say that they will, oh, I activate your gifts and blah, 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 like, bro, if you have and you hold the keys to your transformation, Obviously, a person like me, I can help you, I can guide you, but as you see, I'm never about showing you anything, because how you process things, your cycles of growth and evolution are also very unique, right? So moving forward, yeah, let's get some oracle cards. Thank you guys if you're still here. We have emotions in the body. Unprocessed emotions often manifest physically. Listen to what your body is telling you. We have overthinking and paralysis. Not every problem needs endless analysis. Trust your instinct and take action. So this is the thing with the energy of Aries, and this is of Mars, and this is why this tower, Mars going into Gemini, is going to highlight what is it that we're suppressing. And please listen to your body, because your body is also going to tell you if you still have some emotions, some cellular memory, something that is playing out in your unconscious that's triggering you, right? And the overthinking and the wanting maybe perfection, right? It can be suppressed anger or feeling conflicted within yourself. We have the fear of love. Past hurt can create walls. Be mindful of where you block love from entering your life. So there's an aspect to people blocking themselves from truly manifesting this success. And maybe for some of you, this is about self-love, self-acceptance, because how is your own devil also telling you stories that are disempowering you and taking you away from experiencing reciprocity, which is an aspect of love, instead of bringing you together with people you care. The illusion of control. Surrendering is not weakness. Trying to control everything only breeds anxiety. The veil between worlds. Connect with ancestors and guides. Their wisdom will illuminate your healing path. The mirror effect. What frustrates you in others is a reflection of something unhealed within you. That's so powerful too. We have the prison of regret. The past cannot be rewritten, but your future is still yours to create. We have breaking mental chains. That's the energy of Mars and Gemini. Breaking mental chains. All belief systems can keep you stuck. Be willing to challenge and rewrite them. Let's get two more. The soul's longing. What parts of yourself have you neglected? Your soul is calling for deeper connection. And then we have your inner critic. Challenge the voice of self-doubt, often shaped by past conditioning, not truth. Self-doubt is huge when it comes to the devil. That's the dream thief. But at the end of the day, guys, everybody experiences self-doubt. How you work with self-doubt? You take action anyways. All right? Okay, my loves. Well, thank you so much for being here. May you be blessed on your journey. Please don't forget to like, subscribe. That helps me like you have no idea. In a world filled with so much scamming and people who are just after recognition and greed, not to say that, oh, it's not nice to be recognized, of course. But when what is driving, right, the Mars within people is coming from greed and wanting power and rigidity and going to extremes and forcing and unhealthy competition, that shit, like, I choose to be here and to really honor what I'm doing so that I can honor you and your ancestors and our creator. All right. May you be blessed. Peace and love. Ciao, ciao.